Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Adrienne, I live in New York City and I love playing with makeup. And this is a collection video and swatchathon of all my corally pink orangey lip products. I do a lot of lip reviews on my channel. I've done a lot of 30-day lip challenges. One thing I had promised at the beginning of this year was to share my collection by color. So I've already done a purpley lilac video, a brownie kind of video. I'll link those down below. And so I wanted to continue the series and do kind of corally peach colors. I've swatched a lot of the colors. Some are a little more kind of bricky. The majority are coral. They look pretty pink in this light right now, some of them, but they are actually more coral and some have a little more brown in them. But that's like a preview. I have about 23 shades, so it's a lot. Let's just get started. I'll talk about the formulation, but for the most part, all of these formulas I really enjoy. That's why they're still here. The first, and I actually have two of these, shows how much I love it, is by Flower Beauty. It is the Flower CBD infused with hemp-derived CBD Chill Out Lip Glaze in the shade Peace Out. I have a backup and I have the one I'm currently using. I love this lip gloss. I've done a whole video swatching every single shade in this collection. It's such a comfortable formula. I really hope that Flower Beauty gets their stuff together and comes back with their site, because I think they've been revamping it for quite some time. But this is a star product for me. It's just such a comfortable gel-based lip gloss, and it has just the most subtle hint of peach and also a subtle hint of little blue sparkles. That sort, you can't really feel, you can't feel them at all, but they give your lips a little bit more of an enhanced sheen and it makes your teeth look whiter. So it's a little bit of a trick, but you might be able to see kind of the blue that kind of bounces back. All of them, I'm pretty sure all of them have this kind of reflect in them. It's just such a nice formula. Let's do another fave from the drugstore. This one's definitely more orangey. This is Mango Lassi from the NYX This Is Milky milkshake line. Again, this is one I did an entire collection video. I really loved this release and some of these shades were just incredible. This is one of them. This is definitely more orange. So if you like something that's a bit more tangerine-y, this is gonna be less subtle than that first shade for sure. But because it's translucent, I find it to be really flattering. Again, these also have a very plush, gel-like feel to them. They also have a very strong scent. So I will warn you, this one, Mango Lassi, smells like mangoes. They all typically smell like whatever the color is. I don't mind it, I don't taste it, and it doesn't have any kind of reaction to my lips. Sometimes I have a reaction to fragrance in lip products. Doesn't happen to me here. There's another drugstore star, also by NYX. This is the Fat Oil. Again, I did a whole swatch video of every single shade in this line. I really love this formula and great lip oil. It is a little inconsistent depending on the shade you got. This one here is called Follow Back. And I know it's probably like, what? It's brown. But honestly, it just has like a tinge more warmth to it, a little more orangey. So I kind of put it in this category. I guess had I had these, I may have put them in brown. But you see with the reflect, I just think it pulls a little more kind of toasty. I don't know. Either way, it's a beautiful, beautiful formula. This one has sparkles in it, and you cannot feel the grit of the sparkles. It also has really decent wear time. I wouldn't consider these really a lip oil per se. They call themselves a lip oil, and I know that they have tons of oil in them, but their feel, the way they perform, is more of a really rich lip gloss. And so don't be afraid of them. If you're looking for a lip gloss and you see fat oil and you think it's going to be very gloopy and thin, it's not. It's actually quite thick and flattering on the lips, doesn't migrate, and has a lot of really nice shades to it. Here's a nude shade that I really like. I think it leans a little peach. It's Honey Bun from Huda Beauty. It is in the cream lipstick formula. I really think this product has such a nice texture to it. This can probably go in my nude pile, and maybe I will re-swatch it then. But I do find this to be much more peachy, and I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful formula if you find the right color. So this is, and this is the packaging, it's magnetic, it's really beautiful. Another favorite of mine, this is NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in Torrid. I don't know if you can find this anymore. This also has a lot of transparency, but has a tiny bit of pink and has that peach color to it. Super easy product to use, has like no discernible scent. It feels like a comfortable lip balm, and it's very stable. So if you want to throw these in your purse on a hot day and take it to the beach or something, it's gonna stand up to the weather and apply so beautifully. Here's another high-end lip balm. This one's by Shiseido. This is the Color Gel Lip Balm in the shade Peony 103. This was such a find. I don't know a lot about Shiseido. I have not used a lot of their products, but I found this hiding in the sale section at Sephora. Now this one is more coral leaning pink. I think we can like arm wrestle over like what coral is, because I feel like I have a very different interpretation than what society does. I mean, society is probably right, but I think sometimes coral is labeled and it's like too close to pink, and this is one of those that it's like, I don't know, is it? But okay, fine, I'll go with it. It's very similar to the NARS. It has a nice slim packaging, so it's really easy and precise. This color just gives such like a vitality to the lips. Super comfortable, no scent to the formula. There's one by Tarte. This is the Sea Rescue Lip Balm in Coral. This one is really nice. This one has a much more of a melty vibe to it. It feels very, very hydrating. Super, super glossy. I much prefer these to their click kind of lip products. I just think these feel so luxurious, and yet they're not super melty that I over apply. I also really love this color. I find it to be truly a peach, even though it calls itself coral. I think that's coral. Like, I think that's coral, but it's really kind of just luxurious feeling. It just feels like it's repairing lip damage, and that's really what I love to wear. It also has a cooling mint feeling, but it isn't spicy or irritating on the lips. It's just kind of refreshing. Like a really fantastic formula of lip gloss that not a lot of people talk about because it's a very small indie natural brand from Florida is Fitglow Beauty. And I think one of their star products is their lip serums, which are these glosses that come in these really beautiful tubes, and it has this gorgeous sort of packaging that looks like water droplets have firmed up on it. This was recommended to me by a subscriber and I haven't looked back. I love these products. I'm still testing out other products from the line, but really the star product for me is this one. I picked out two shades that I thought kind of fit this color scheme. The first is the shade Kind, and this one is very similar to that shade, that Shiseido shade. Now what makes these special is when you put them on, it feels like they create this thick kind of layer on your lips that covers your lips completely and is going to protect them. It's going to protect them from the elements. It's going to protect them from wind, from everything, from yourself. I mean, it is really an unusual formula. I think I may have bumped into one, maybe one or two products that even come close to this formulation, but really this formulation is truly unique. What also makes it unique is that even though it's applying this thick lacquer, which makes the lips look incredible. So if you're worried about lip lines, you're over 40 like myself, and you are concerned about like migration, these are great lip glosses that stay put and they're not gloopy. You would think that the way it applies on the lips, it would kind of be gloopy and uncomfortable. This one also has like a little bit of a refreshing zing to it, but it isn't as strong as that Tarte's Sea Rescue. So I can't make heads or tails about it, but it's really just a beautiful, highly luxurious product. It is very expensive, but at least expensive in my books, but you can get them on sale. Another shade that I have is Koi. This is one of the first ones I purchased. This one is a little bit more deep, still has that peach kind of burnt quality, but is a little bit more toasty. And so that's Koi. Same thing applies. There's no formulation difference. In fact, even if you look at some of the lip gloss colors and they have sparkles, those you don't feel the sparkle in them at all either. So really you cannot go wrong with this lip product. It really is that special. Here's a pretty unique product. This is by Illamasqua. Not sure if anyone talks about Illamasqua anymore, but they have some fantastic products, brushes, makeup. They're just really a stellar brand. And this is Hydra lip tints. And this is the shade Mocktail. So it's this color theory where they've kind of combined two colors, and as you apply it, it mixes on your lips and creates the shade. And this is the shade Mocktail. And I just think it's a very comfortable lip balm. Also has a very slight, probably the slightest, but still mint kind of quality to it. Really comfortable, super easy to wear. If you are not quite a lip gloss person, which I wasn't for a very long time until I found certain formulas that really met my needs. I kind of used to poo-poo lip glosses. I just thought they were too messy. I much preferred a tinted lip balm over lip gloss. And this is like one of my faves because it makes your lips very plumpy, very juicy, but it stays put. It stays put and the wear down is really natural, and it's super easy to just reapply and layer up without it causing buildup. Here's a beautiful product by Merit. This is their tinted lip oil. This is not their lip gloss. So they currently have like a much more jelly kind of lip gloss. I would not recommend those. I think they're a little too thin. This is the product I would recommend. The lip oils are really just quite luxurious, and it has really nice pigmentation. This is in the shade Marrakesh. Definitely has toastiness in it, has color, very comfortable, nice rich color that's knocking on that kind of toasty, orangey terracotta door without being overt. I think sometimes oranges or kind of toasty colors like this are very scary for people, but this one is really approachable and it's so lovely. Formula is so lovely. With this one on me, I would probably start with a lip liner. I would feel more comfortable because this formula is so slippy, has a lot of nourishing oils that it does kind of migrate a tiny bit outside of the line. So having that lip liner there really helps hold it all in. And so I would recommend that, but it's such a pretty color and formula, super thin. And it feels like it's like repairing my lips. This one's by Bobbi Brown. It was limited edition. It is the Crushed Oil Infused Lip Gloss. Another magical formula for the lips. Will convert you non-gloss loving people into gloss loving people, because this was the formula that did it for me. This is quite old though, and like I said, limited edition. It's in the shade Sweet Dianthus. And a lot of Bobbi Brown products smell like licorice. So it's a little bit of a different scent, but it isn't offensive. And this is just another beautiful, lightly tinted gel-based formula. And I say gel-based because I know that it says oil infused. And again, I'm sure it has nourishing oil components, but the sensation on the lips, it has much more grip, which tells me it does have some form of gel or silicone that allows for it to stay put. It's not oil in that it's migrating. The Merit one, I feel, was an oil. You know, it's really thin and can easily migrate. This one is holding its own. Let's talk about a very painful formula to talk about because people cannot get their hands on it. This is the Revlon Shine formula, the Glass Shine formula. This is such an incredible formula, and these two shades are amazing. This is Dewy Peach, one of my favorites. I have a backup of this one as well. Dewy Peach is very brightening. They have such a lovely sort of vanilla scent to them. Their shelf life is incredible because I've had mine forever and I just keep using them and they perform so well. So this is Dewy Peach. I'm not going to spend too much time because I don't want everyone to get mad at me. This one here is Glaring Coral. So this one is definitely much more rusty, a little nude, a little bit toasty. It has, I don't know, a little quality to it that I really like. Again, very wearable shades. I really hope Revlon reconsiders their decision to discontinue these items. A lip item that sort of reminds me of that kind of gel-based formula, super hydrating, is by Linda Hallberg. It's LH Cosmetics. They're fantastic lipsticks. I have nearly every shade in them. I really love them. This one is in the shade Sunstone. So these have a very unique formula. At first, you might not like them because they have a lot of grip and it feels almost like you might be applying glue on your lips. Once you apply it though, and you kind of mix the product up, you realize that that glue kind of feeling, it's really to allow for the longevity of the product. It doesn't affect how thin the product feels, how comfortable it is to talk and to kind of just purse your lips. There's no catching of the product. I'm not quite sure how this product does this. This again is one of these formulas that is sort of bizarre and I haven't found one like it, but I love it. This is the shade I Die. So it's to show you that there could be a lot of pigment here. This is certainly one of the most vibrant shades that I have in this category. This is a really vivid color. In person, with my skin tone the way it is right now, it is verging on sort of neon, but kind of fun. You know, it's like a fun color. On camera, it just looks like very nice, kind of poppy red, but in real life, you see more of the orange, you see more of that vividness. And yeah, I think this is a great color. So that is I Die. This is the Always On lip formula from Smashbox, but the lipstick form. And this is the shade Out Loud. This is kind of a bricky color, but it is much more orangey than just like your standard brick red. So that is that color there. It's so beautiful. And the formula is a standard cream lipstick, but it really does stay put and the shades are just incredible in this line. Unfortunately, mine smells like Crayola crayons. I haven't worn it enough and I feel terrible. So if I feel like I really miss the color, I will repurchase it. It is such a unique color. Let me try on this other color I have and see if it's comparable. I'm sad, but it's a great formula and it is often on sale. This one is from Zeesea Cosmetics. This is a Asian brand that had a release with the, I believe it was the Metropolitan Museum of Art and Picasso. So this is the Mademoiselle d'Avignon art piece. This is the most incredible packaging I've ever owned in my life. It actually is like 3D. It's incredible, incredible, incredible. I was so impressed. And this color is really pretty. This is 923. It's just a really toasty color. And something completely unusual, I don't have something like this in my collection, has no scent whatsoever. And the formula is top notch. It feels very, very luxe, very hydrating. I mean, this feels as good as the only Tom Ford lipstick I have. This is that good. I would go and check out Zeesea Cosmetics. There were some other products of theirs I tried out, and nothing was as impressive as their lipstick formula. So I really do recommend their lipsticks. I don't think I've talked about this formula on my channel before, but this is by Jones Road Beauty. It is the lip tint in Valencia Orange. Very similar to that shade in Linda Hallberg's line, the Eye Dye shade. This one feels a little more orangey and can have a little more translucency to it. It's a really nice formula. It is very kind of nourishing, feels very hydrating. I have this in a couple of different shades, and I'm still playing around with Jones Road in general, but this is a really, really nice lip product. I think people would be very happy. This, I think, is probably one of the more vivid colors, but I do like it, and I do think the formulation is very, very good. The next two are from About Face. It's the same formula. It's their lip color butter, their cherry pick lip color butter. We'll start with Nashi Pear. So this is a very melty formula that you need to click up the product, and it smells very fruity, like tropical fruity. I think butter is the right word for this product. It feels very buttery, but again, has some tackiness to it, so it's not gonna slip all over your face and migrate everywhere. This color is really pretty. It's more of a toasted nude peach, and I think it's really flattering, kind of similar to the Marrakesh color from Merit, but in kind of like a more stable form. So maybe I would recommend this one more, as long as you don't mind the fruity scent, because I can even smell it as I have it on, but I don't mind it. It's actually kind of nice, and it doesn't irritate my lips or anything. But that is Nashi Pear. The other shade that I have in that line that I felt would go in this grouping is Peach Punisher. This one almost looks like the Zeesea color I have in that lipstick. It's very much the same vibe, but again, this one is fully opaque, very, very glossy, juicy. It's a great lip line. I have quite a few shades in it, and I just think it was an excellent release. Here's actually my last product. This is by Makeup by Mario. It is the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Color in the shade Hot Pink. I know, hot pink, but this is not hot pink. This is coral. I love just applying one side and then kind of migrating the color up, and I love the feeling of this. This might be plumping, but I don't get any kind of tingling sensation or anything out of this product. It's super cute. It's like tiny and adorable. The shade is very, very similar to that Shiseido Peony shade. All right, I applied the Shiseido on this side and the Makeup by Mario's on this side. Makeup by Mario feels a bit more slippy, kind of that the product is sitting on the lips and is kind of coated the lips, whereas the Shiseido one feels like it's penetrating some of the lips and feels like a little bit mintier to me. But it's essentially the same shade. That is my collection of kind of orange, corally, kind of toasty colors. If anything piques your interest or you have a question about one of the products, let me know, because it's a lot. It's a lot to go through this. It's traumatizing on my lips, and sometimes I forget to mention something. So by all means, just comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and if there's an orange or coral that I should be trying, let me know. Maybe I have tried it and I've decluttered it in the past. I hope everyone is having a great week. I'm going to try to keep these coming. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see each other soon. Take care.